What's up, everybody? This is your girl Erica from the Classy Climb blog. Sorry about that. Coming to you today talking about what do investors need. So many times people get into these deep wormhole conversations about LLCs and lawyers and protection and I need tax strategies. And I have to tell you, yes, those are the top part of the top 3 things investors need. But the number one thing investors need is funding. Number one, funding. All these ideals and asset protection and strategies mean nothing when you have no funding. So many times I've had really great hustle, great energy, great integrity people come to me and, Erica, I want to do a deal with you. And I would go, okay, well, do you have the money? Because I have the credit. So, or you know, the flip example, you're bringing me a deal, but you want to bring no credit to it, no money to it, no anything. So that's not how business works. That's not how partnerships work. So the number one thing you need is funding. Now, what do I mean by funding? I mean the ability to invest in marketing. And depending on if we're talking about real estate or a business, if we're talking about a real estate, bandit signs, you know, a cheap website, you know, just different things that let you, the leads come somewhere. So let's say, for example, honestly, for the next 3 months straight, actually 4 months straight, you need to have 50 bandit signs out a week. Now, does that mean you're putting out 50 every week? No, because it's going to take a while for the ones that are already out there to be pulled up, the wind taken away, the city lawn workers, you know, have to cut the grass. And so therefore, you know, you might put up 50 and not have to do it again for 3 or 4 weeks. But they need to have a big number out there, because what happens is people start driving and they get used to that name, right? Let's say the name of the company is Erica Buys Houses, right? So they get used to seeing that and they just call the number because they see the signs everywhere. Apparently this person's in town. You know, they may Google you. Oh, you have a website. I'm a big proponent of telling people to use Lead Propeller as a website lead host, where basically people come in, throw their information in, and it'll send it to your email or phone. And what happens is that builds up options for people. Not only did they go to your website, not only did they see your bandit signs in town, they got on the phone with you, you came and visit them, you're a serious person in the marketplace. Not only are you serious to them who are motivated sellers, you're serious to other buyers. You have a leverage point to say in your area, I can do deals. But what did that start with? That started with funding. Even though bandit signs are $100 for 100 of them, we're talking about going for 4 months. Do you have a couple $100 or more to invest in that? Do you have maybe a separate phone line so you can answer phone calls all day? People a lot of times try to sell you on this whole have one cell phone thing and do everything through one cell phone. I will tell you that's straight bunk. I have 3 cell phones because it's important to keep your voicemails for that one particular phone full with just that one conversation. I have one for my painting company. All leads that call for, we have 3 different lines, but for that particular line, I will know they're in a particular part of Austin and which subcontractors to use. That's how that works, right? So don't let people fool you in this, you just need one phone. And so when I tell you need more than one phone, where does that come again to? Funding. Having enough money to not only have marketing, to not only have the website go up for a couple months, also to have a phone where people can call you. So again, funding is important. Now, how do we get funding? We get funding by partnering with banks. We also get funding via credit card, business credit cards. We also get funding, business lines of credit, funding from our own personal savings. So what does that mean? That means you can't be a wreck. Now, can you go out and wholesale and bird dog and knock doors and move deals? Oh yeah, of course. But I've also seen people be stuck in that area for a long time. Can you start a business with no money, right? Can you go knock doors? Can you go cut lawns? Can you do all these things with no money? Of course you can. But what happens when you want to grow your company or leverage your company, you will again need funding. So that is why on this website, I'm always encouraging you guys, if you're watching this channel, to fix your credit either by me or by someone else. I do not go behind other people. If you went with someone else first, I'm really sorry about your results. I will help those who haven't been messing with it before. Credit is a funny thing at times. And I think it's important for you to stick with a company that you started with unless you feel like they are just not giving you results. So on the second tip, to me, number one is just like the thing, right? What do you need? It's funding. And again, last tip on funding. Sometimes you can raise funding from friends and family. I don't think that's a great idea unless it's an actual property you can show that we're closing on this property, we're fixing the property, I'll be able to refinance this property and give you your money back in this time frame. I still don't think it's a good idea, even then. I've seen many families, brothers, sisters, uncles, dads, just not do well in those situations, because 9 times out of 10, if you grab the book Illusions of Entrepreneurship, it shows a lot of people who start their own business are people who are in between jobs, and they didn't say it, but bad credit, they're not gonna make $100,000 a year. So your family may already see you through the dynamic of a person who hops around, goes from job to job, isn't stable. Why would I invest with you? You won't have a track record. So again, we go back to funding. Let's clean your personal credit. Let's get you established with at least 3 banks. Let's get you some business lines of credit. Let's get you some business credit cards. Let's give you some opportunity to make cash happen. So the other 2, we already talked about it again. Asset protection, because once you get the deal is there. We've got our money, we've got our deal. Now we want to do asset protection. Now we could do a whole nother video how a lot of people are doing quick claim deeds, depending on your state, to transfer property over into their business name. It happens often, but again, CYA, consult your accountant, consult your attorney. Let these tax professionals work with you on this. Okay, number 3, of course, is tax strategies, right? So we were talking about asset allocation. Might need a real estate attorney. I might need a CPA. Same thing goes with the tax strategies. You know, are we doing depreciation? What are we doing to make this property profitable and not hurt our pockets? Same thing goes for a business. What are we doing with this business that it's profitable, it doesn't hurt our pockets, and we can live? If you've seen some of my previous videos where I talked about a young lady making $150,000 a year, but she was broke. She owed the IRS $20,000 back taxes. She wanted to buy a house. She just bought a brand new SUV with her money because, again, it's lifestyle creep. If you make $150,000 a year, it still doesn't entitle you to buy a brand new SUV. That's employee thinking. That's not business owner thinking, where you might have some ups and downs. So again, this is a video I made because I hear it so many times. What do you as an investor need? That is what you need. So everybody, this is Erica, Classy Climb Vlog. Thank you so much.